Did last Saturday show a greater durability, do you think, of the squad compared to last year?
Yeah, I think so. I think we had to show a bit of everything, a bit of fight, a bit of spirit, a lot of ability, a lot of belief, and tremendous energy levels to show that what they did. And we've got to have more of the same. Ideally we don't go behind in games, but they've shown that they're resilient, and they've showed that they've got a bit about them.
Somebody said to me after the game that was the first time since the famous Burton match that you actually gone a goal down and actually won.
Well, if that's right, then let's have plenty more of them if we do go behind. But we can only deal with what we've got, and it was a good performance.
Looking at the table, you've played the side in third place, you've played the side in fourth place. On Saturday you played the side who are top. So actually August has been quite a difficult month for you.
Yeah, it is. It's every game's tough in this league. No matter if you play the so-called top team and the so-called bottom team, everyone's fighting for jockeying for positions at the moment, and we're not worried about anything bar our next opponents. Crawley are a good side, and we know that.
Steve Evans got them out of the conference by playing lots of attacking football, scoring loads of goals. Have they kept that ethos going forward?
You'd like to think so with the strikers that they've accumulated. Yeah, so they're a good side. We know that. We know their strengths. Hopefully we can see one or two weaknesses, but there aren't going to be too many of them. It's going to be a tough game. The boys are under no illusions about that, but they're also in a confident mood themselves, and training's been good this week. There's been a good vibe, a good spirit around the place, like there always is, and we're just keen to go out there and show what we can do.
People will say it's about the return of Wes Thomas, but we mightn't see him.
Exactly. It's not. Wes Thomas was great for this football club, but this football club was also great for Wes Thomas. He'd hardly scored, he'd hardly played in the Football League, and we gave him the platform to which I know he was grateful, and we were glad to have him and glad to have helped him. If things might have been different in terms of location wise, but he's moved on, and I'm sure he'll get a decent reception. What he deserves, because he always put in 100% for this football club, for our football club. And if he plays, then we know we've got a tricky customer to cope with. But Steve's got plenty of options.
Yeah, people like Barnett and Tubbs have started the season well, haven't they?
Yeah, exactly. But like I say, that's them. It's all about my team. It's all about the team in that ruby kit, being as good as they were last Saturday, being as good as they've been for most of the season. I think we've performance-wise, I think we've started well. We haven't picked up as many points as we would have all liked, but I think there's been a lot of positives from every single game, and even the MK Dons result after Tuesday night doesn't seem that bad. So I spoke to Carl yesterday, and we've got some good players and a good spirit about them, and that'll stand us in good stead.
Given the impact the subs made last week, have they given you
Of course they have.
A tricky selection problem?
Yeah, of course they have. Yeah, of course. I thought for 45 minutes, I thought we were excellent. Disappointed to have conceded a goal just before half time, and then said they got the better of us for 15-20 minutes. But we made a couple of substitutions that really clicked. A couple of substitutions that just turned the game around and give us something to sort of hang on to and to hold, and we did it well. And of course, and that's what you've got to have. I've said all along, that squad, the numbers that we have, and the better players that we have can do that for us. Can make the difference. And people like Josh Lowe on your bench, Schmeichel on your bench, Bird on your bench, and the ones we do have on the bench. I don't want to name them all. It means we've got a better squad, and it means we'll be able to cope better, and it keeps everyone on the toes. No one's guaranteed to start the games. No one's a shoe-in to play. Everyone thought Russ Penn was going to start the season because we know what a good player is, and I think he's proved that. But he didn't. It's a good competitive squad, and that's what we need.
You've hardly mentioned injuries in the last 2 or 3 weeks. Have you got a clean bill of health?
We've got the 2 bumps and bruises like we all like all clubs have. But they're a fit, strong bunch. We've got Gallagher's back from his calf strain, and managed to get 60 minutes on a reserve game on Tuesday, which was good. A lot of positives from that game as well. The scoreline was, we were disappointed to get beat, but the performance was excellent from everybody who played. Harry coming in and making his mark and doing well. Gallagher's getting 60 minutes. Everybody had positives to take out of the game, and like I said, that's what we need.
Just going back to Crawley, if you take their attacking threat as a given, how are they defensively?
They've got some very, very, very good players throughout their squad. They've got people who, one or two people think can go even higher. So it's going to be a tough game, full stop. It's going to be tough on the touchlines. It's going to be tough on the middle of the pitch. It's what you want to be involved in. It's a game against the team that are currently top of the league, and we've got to go and do what we can to try and get 3 points.
I'm not saying the transfer window is shut yet, but it is getting towards the end. Are you hopeful you can get the goalkeeper in you want before the window closes?
Yeah.
Any more news on that?
No. Something will happen in the next 6 days, whatever. And as soon as I know what I'm doing, where I'm going, then I'll let everybody know.
The target is still the same, is it?
The targets are still the same, yeah. So we're seeing what's happening.
Thank you.
Marco, Crawley haven't lost for a long time in a league game. Do you think that will put a bit of pressure on them, because it's been so long? It's got to end at some point, isn't it?
It's great. I'd like to have that pressure on me, if you like. There's no doubt they're a good side. No doubt they've got good players, and there's no doubt we'll be in for a right tough game. But we've got to make it tough for them. I think we're playing well enough to fear nobody. We'll give them the respect that they deserve, but nothing out of the ordinary. They ran away with a conference last year, the Blue Square, and have carried on in tremendous form already. So, like I said, we know it's going to be tough, and every game is.
You'll have come up against Steve Evans in non-league football, and have you faced him many times? Had some good battles against him?
Quite a few battles. Probably not seen eye to eye a few times, but we speak a bit now. We get on well. Got a tremendous amount of respect for what he's done. Anyone who can win that Blue Square Premiership with the way they did, then good luck to him. He's a winner. He wants to win. He's got a team full of winners, and we've got to go and prove that we can match that on Saturday.
Yeah, going back to players pushing, Junior's come on in every game. He's played in every game since he came, I think. It was a sub will start, and he's scored a cracking goal for the reserves. He must be close to.
Yeah, exactly. A few can consider themselves very unlucky not to have played more for the team at the moment, but that just shows what a good competitive squad we've got. We've got people who can now make a difference off the bench, who are now pushing people who've got the shirt, and that's the way for us to be successful. That's the way we've got to be. And like I said, I've said many times, credit to the board for letting me get. I think we're down to 21 now. Michael's gone, and credit to the board for allowing me to do that.
Yeah, Junior's sort of energy levels are important, aren't they?
Massive.
But he did have a dip towards the end of last season. You think he's over that now?
Well, without a shadow of a doubt, he's over it. But he's probably very unlucky not to be in the team. As was Josh Lowe last week. As was Russ Penn the first. But it's not about being unlucky. It's about waiting your turn. It's a squad game nowadays. Not that we rotate it very often. Not that we make wholesale changes. But if we need to make one or two changes that we think are right, then we'll do that. To try and get as many points as we can as quickly as we can, and try to be as successful as we can. And that's what it's about. We want to play good football. We want to win matches, and that, unfortunately, I can only pick 11, and the ones who are left out can consider themselves, unlucky at times, and they've got to make sure that when they get the opportunity, they take it.
Yeah, Michael Pook's situation best for everyone concerned.
Yeah, I think so. It didn't quite work out as I envisaged last season. We told Michael the situation at the end of last season, and we've tried to move the squad on. We've tried to improve in every areas, and I think in the middle of the park in particular we've improved considerably. The energy levels that we've got, and the ability that I think we have in there have just made Michael. He's not going to feature in my team, and we've the club have come to a deal with him, and I think it's best for everyone. Michael's been a good servant for the football club. He'd be best remembered for his hat trick against Burton, I know, but he was my captain last year, and it's not something I've done lightly. It's not something I've done out of nastiness or anything like that. It's something I've just done that I think's right to move my team onwards, and you know, I might be wrong in that, but it's just something that I believe in, and I want him to go and play football. He doesn't need to be rotting in our, you know, not playing reserve team football, not playing any football, and he needs to go and play football. He's at that age. He's a good lad, and I wish him every success. You know, sometimes it happens in football. It happened to me a couple of times, and everyone knows it's just part of it. And I wish him every success as his next club.
Are you looking for any other players other than the goalkeeper? Or
I'm always looking, but whether there's anything there, I don't know. I've got my eye on one or two, but I don't think anything will happen this side of the transfer window. I think it'll just be maybe a loan once the window opens back up, and again, as and when really. I've got one or two that I'm keeping my eye on, whether they feature for their teams, whether they feature for in the league, in the games that they want to play in, and a couple of managers know that a couple of players would interest me a lot, and as and when and if it becomes available, then it's a question to ask.
How's the half marathon training going?
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I've done one 10-miler. As long as I finish it, I'll be happy.
Yep. Help the heroes. Good cause.
Yeah, tremendous. Yeah, that's. I've written in my programme notes. You know, I saw it on the website. James told me about it. I'd put a bit of timber on over the last couple of years or so. You know, just with lack of activity and whatever else, and I decided it was about time I got myself fit and helped a good cause, and Neil was of the same mind. It's kept us off the beer a little bit for the last couple of months to an extent. I feel better for it, to be honest, and you know, it's in a good cause, and as long as I finish it, then I'll be happy.
Yep.